Feast or famine for your Milwaukee Brewers. The Harbay Distillery Studio in Madison, where the free agents Ben and Reed, cheeseheadtalk.com. And Yahara Bay, not feast or famine, just feast.
Yeah, it's very good. And it's Cinco de Mayo, Ben.
Woohoo!
The Mexican holiday for Americans.
Yes.
As they call it.
Yes.
So how appropriate the Brewers are in Chavez Ravine. That sounds somewhat Cinco de Mayo-ish,
It must be.
doesn't it? So now you're probably thinking, okay, Reed, you're going to talk about Yahara Bay tequila, right, for margaritas? Well, you know what? They don't make tequila, and that's fine because no one ever made a good decision on tequila. What they do make, Ben, is a really good premium white rum, okay, that you can use in daiquiris. That's how I choose to celebrate Cinco de Mayo.
Yes, it is.
Yes, not out
You're
of...
a daiquiri kind of guy.
I am, because they taste better and you feel better the next day. That's why. All right, you get the tequila and bad things happen.
By the way, white boy, it's Chavez Ravine, not Chavez Ravine.
I like Chavez.
I know you do. I like
Hugo.
Italians. www.yaharabay.com. Check them out. Check out the Brewers' offense. Woo! 9 runs in the second inning on Tuesday night. 10 runs, in the first against the Nationals a few weeks ago?
Yeah, they had a big 8 run or 12
Yeah,
run
couple
against
of big,
the Pirates.
Against the Pirates.
So it's not just big game outputs. Really, it's big innings.
Yeah.
And then they still go quiet for the rest of those games.
And then they get, exactly.
Yeah.
They don't score too many in the rest of those particular games. They got shut out 3 out of 4 over the weekend in San Diego. I know, okay, and I still believe this. I do. I'm sticking to my guns. That 6-shooter. That
like
the
it.
Brewers' offense will be more consistent and will be productive as the season melts into the long
Melfs?
morphs into the long marathon that it is. That Prince Fielder will hit because he hits, and he'll maybe decide to not worry too much about the fact that he's going to be a free agent, he's going to make $200 million, and he'll have the same approach he had last year, and he'll start to put up great numbers. Braun's already hitting, no worries for him. Ricky Weeks, I think, will come out of his slump. They went through a team-wide slump. I think they're going to come out of it, and they're going to be there offensively. My main concern is pitching, but I know you think they're just going to be crap all around all year.
Do you know that those 3 runs that Ryan Braun drove in yesterday on that double, those were his first RBIs since 2 Thursdays ago? That's a long time for Ryan Braun not to be
And he's been
runs.
hitting.
It's not his fault.
No, and he's been hitting. That's the thing.
I'm worried about you and your stress level and your heart if you're going to take this team one game at a time. You got to sit back, Ben. You got to get above it all, you know? I mean, don't let an 11-run outburst, get you all fired up because
I'm not.
They're going to get shut out tonight.
Yeah, I've been down this road
And they're going to give
before.
up 9 runs. Okay? I mean, they gave up 6 runs yesterday. It's not like the pitching was great again. How does Manny Parra, by the way, and maybe I haven't been following the Brewers that closely because they're not good, but he gave up 3 runs in 1 inning yesterday, and his ERA is only 4.15.
Let me tell you something about Manny Parra.
What's that?
He stinks.
Well, that's a pretty good ERA for having a huge 1 inning yet last night.
Yeah. Comes in the 8th, gives up a 3-run home run. Just when I thought maybe because he had pitched fairly well in his last outing against Pittsburgh, whoever it was. Pittsburgh? San Diego?
Who cares? They probably got beat.
He had pitched fairly well. They did get beaten,
Yeah.
Astros. Year of the run. But he had pitched like 3 or 4 scoreless innings. Well, comes in, gives up. The guy's, I don't know what the deal is. Does he need to age another 4 or 5 years before he can figure out how to pitch?
Yeah.
He can throw.
Yeah.
He has stuff, but he can't pitch. And it's annoying and frustrating, and it's the story of Brewers pitching.
Maybe he should try pitching right-handed. Maybe all these years he really wasn't
I don't
left-handed.
think that's the problem.
Do you think they could do exploratory Tommy John surgery
I'm
on him?
guessing that's not the problem. Feast or fam for the Brewers offense. Who do we blame for that? We always have to blame someone in baseball. Ultimately, is it the GM, probably the direction you're headed? Is it Ken Maka, not knowing how to manage?
Well,
I'll work on my Ken Maka. But is that...
I think it's everyone. It's both.
Yeah.
I think the best managerial candidates on this team are as bench coaches.
Willie Randolph.
Willie Randolph.
Yeah.
He's pretty good. Maybe this Rick Peterson character.
I don't think Rick Peterson should be the manager. We've seen about 1 out of every 100 managerial changes mid-season, not even mid-season, early season, work.
Right.
It's about 1 out of 100, right? Last time it happened was for that old cigar-smoking guy in Florida, and they won the World Series.
Dale Swaim led the Brewers to the playoffs.
He didn't lead the Brewers to the playoffs.
He led them.
He just stopped
They went
panicking.
7-5 under Dale Swaim
they went
to get to the
7-5.
playoffs. But I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, you're right.
Yeah.
And then they went, 1-3 in the playoffs? Not even that. It was Jim McKeon, Jay McKeon.
I can't remember.
And then it was the guy in Colorado, Tracy, who came in and turned him around. So
Right.
it works every now and then. Do you think that – I'm not even talking about playoffs here. Okay, I'm not even going to go there. But do you think if they say they fired Maka and said, Willie Randolph, you're the manager, the Brewers would be a better team?
Yeah, I do. Because you know what Willie Randolph seems to be to me, because it's the way he played, seems to be more of a take advantage of your speed guy.
Yeah.
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 And the problem everyone had with Yost by the end of his tenure was that it was just very get guys on, wait for the home run, go from there. And when you're not hitting home runs, that's kind of a bad offensive philosophy.
Yeah.
Hence the Brewers this year. When they hit home runs, things seem to go well. When they don't hit home runs, they strand a lot of guys in scoring position like they did during the San Diego series.
Yeah. They need a lot more productivity, and they need to run. And,
right.
And Maka has never seemed to be the guy that's going to do that.
You have Weeks, Braun, Gomez, Escobar.
Yeah.
You have 4 of your heart. You have 5 of your 9 guys in your lineup. Depending on who's pitching, maybe 6. Who knows? Maybe Dave Bush is speedy. All right. So you have 5 guys
good athlete
who can all run, steal bases, take the extra base, move from first to third on a single, as they say.
It's exciting baseball.
It is exciting baseball, and that's how you generate runs. And there's nothing that's generating runs for this team other than big home runs or big doubles or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, they're waiting for Prince Fielder to hit home runs. He did in Los Angeles in Game 1 of the series.
Right.
But he hasn't been that hot. He's going to go through ebbs and flows. I know there are times when he's, hops the team on his shoulders and carries him for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Great. He's a great player, but they can't wait for that. I agree. I understand.
You agree that they should fire Ken Maka?
I wouldn't mind it if they fired Ken Maka at all. I don't see what's so special about
What
Ken
I love
Maka.
about you is you take a stance. You plant
Well,
your feet.
I hate to do this.
And you take the
I hate to
bullets.
say this. I hate to say this, but it is extremely early still. And I can't willy-nilly fire managers unless you really believe it's going to work.
You can
unless
willy-nilly
you really think,
Randolph fire managers.
Maybe
bring him in.
If he is going to change the way they play, if he's going to. There's no guarantee he's going to change the way they play. But if he's going to, yeah. Okay. If Willie Randolph will run more, fire Maka.
He's been the catalyst of Ricky Weeks' improvement. I know Ricky Weeks has been struggling a little bit lately, but he's...
No, I think Ricky Weeks is going to be fine.
Yeah.
And I don't see the harm. You're always so worried about running in front of guys like Braun or Fielder. Oh, I get it. I understand you don't want to run into outs. But over the long course of the 162-game season, do it.
Right.
Try it. Try something.
Yes.
You can't just wait for these guys to hit home runs. Are they going to sometimes? Yeah, but it's not going to be enough.
No. And you know what? Even Prince Fielder and Ryan Braun occasionally, Ben, hit into double plays. But sometimes, if you send the fast guy that's on first base, you take away the double play. Yeah. I don't know if you knew that. I don't think Ken Maka knows that.
Well, he's too worried about taking the bat out of their hands. I mean, I get that philosophy, but you need to try something else.
They get the bat back to begin this next inning.
Consistency.
What's that?
For the free agents. That's my Italian Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Italian Cinco de Mayo. At Chavez Ravine. We're the free agents. Ben and Reed, cheeseheadtalk.com. Join us on the free agents page and check out our blogs as well. Cheese blogs. Ooh.
Do it.
Always writing something cool.
Please.
Free agents. cheeseheadtalk.com.